Hey y'all, so here I am again. I realized last time that I kind of said or indicated a certain direction I was going to go, and I keep doing that. I'm going to stop doing that. It's not my plan, and I'm about tired of making a fool of myself, so I don't know where it's going to go. I'm just going to wing it, and as it comes, I'm gonna give it to you the way unfiltered and unedited, unfortunately, because I just want to be authentic as possible. Um, but yeah, the whole genesis of this really was, I found God. I really did. And that's a miracle in itself. It really is. But there's been miracle after miracle after miracle, and all this stuff is so overwhelming. But like I said, if you knew where I started and where I am now, or the statements that I'm making as far as God goes, you would understand that's a true miracle. But so yeah, I had a rebirth, an awakening in a sense, and then my life came into order. I mean, that's the best way I could put it. I found order by finding God, or God finding me. I don't care. I mean, however you want to put it. But that order quickly fell back into chaos, the chaos that I was living in prior to, or not even living, I was dwelling in it, dwelling in chaos prior to this awakening. And it was because, I was overwhelmed with these thoughts, these ideas, and I just became obsessed to the point where I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't eating the way I normally do. I definitely wasn't hitting the gym. So all the things that were important to me, that were kind of keeping me healthy, if you will, I was neglecting. I mean, I was paying a lot of attention to my mind, but at the detriment of other things in my life. And so I think moving forward, what you're going to see from me is more balance. I definitely want to get back to balance. I've discovered that, if you're continuously serving from your plate, then pretty soon your plate runs empty. My energy was running empty. And so I need to fill up myself before I can give to others. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to do, or get back to doing, because, like I said, I had an incident, some things that were outside of my control, and my health got real bad. And fortunately, I've been told that my health was in good shape prior to, and that was beneficial to me. I'll find out tomorrow. I got some labs to see if my kidneys are back in order, and I suspect everything's gonna be fine. But again, I'm not gonna go through that no more. Although I still do have that quench, or that thirst for knowledge that I'm trying to quench, and man, there's just a lot of stuff coming at me, man, a lot of stuff. Cause look, man, I started with the idea that hey, I found God, and now everything's kind of opening up, and boy did it open up. Because like I said, man, that was just a key, or a light, if you will, for me to continue on in my exploration. And there's a lot of stuff, man, that I didn't know about, that I'm talking, man, I've been looking at the karma, fate, zodiac, horoscopes, chakras, all these things that were completely foreign to me. And trust me, man, if you brought it up in my presence in the past, I was definitely more condescending about those ideas than I was about God. I'd say you were better off getting your advice or life advice from a circus clown. I mean, it was just that ridiculous to me. But man, whoa, was I wrong? I'm telling you, like, not everything fits for me, but I don't understand it all. Like, I'm reading, cross-referencing, and it's just a lot of information. And so I'm still learning, but I know there's stuff there. There's some amazing information there, and it's been hitting home, and I'm just excited, man. And like, I got so excited. I was like a little kid on Christmas who got that video game and just won't go to bed. I mean, I was getting like 2-3 hours of sleep a night, and I was happy with that, because I mean, I was obsessed. I'd wake up and I probably just needed to go to the bathroom, but I'd be like, nope, I'm awake. I'm gonna start doing something, and that's not good. That's not a healthy way to live, and so I'm trying to get some order back in my life, and by reestablishing balance. And so, but yeah, man, I had an amazing weekend. I got to go see my kids, and that in itself is cool when you haven't seen them in about a month. But this was different, and I knew it was going to be different. I mean, the things that I always wanted, like those bonding moments where you're telling them a life lesson, or you're explaining something to them, or whatever. And they're all ears, man. I mean, we were fixated on each other. I mean, my son and I, would look at each other and just share tears of joy, man. I was like, dude, it's okay. It's okay, man. I mean, because that's what I want, man. It just felt good. It felt so good. It nourished the soul. We did some great things, and I was really excited to talk about those things that we did. But just because there was a lot of life lessons, as in all the things that have been going on, because I've been going through a journey, if you will, and sharing my experiences as I'm going through these journeys. But the real journey's been going on up here. I mean, this is where all of it's been happening, and so I'm just kind of telling you how things are manifesting. But up in my head is where I've always been on the journey. I mean, that's where I've done all this exploration and kind of putting together these pieces, and so I'm having a lot of fun reading on this stuff, and just I can't keep my face out of a book. I can't keep my I mean, I'm so overwhelmed, and like I'm sitting there, and it's definitely inefficient, reading something. We got an audio book in, and I'm just trying to get it all in. But yeah, it's been nice. So hey, if you're like me and you were closed-minded to a lot of these ideas, stop it. Really, you should stop it. Entertain them, man. I mean, because again, like there's a lot of good. Take what you need and leave the rest alone. But it's all been what I needed, and hey, God darn, it's money. But let's see. So yeah, I mean, I had a nice weekend. Definitely getting my health back together, and moving forward. Part of this balance, and I think that's kind of the key thing, and that's what I want to go back to is, some of these life lessons or things that are occurring. They might mean something to me, but they may not mean anything to you, and I'll try to turn it into some kind of principled lesson. But I really think the value is in me sharing what's been working for me. And so I told you, like, a lot of the time spent was trying to free up my time. So time has become very, very, very precious to me because that's something I can't make more of. So I got to be super efficient with it. And so I think this will all pay off in the long run, but I probably didn't have to do it all up front, and I'm still doing it. Like, I'm still kind of obsessed. But it's okay. I'm getting there. I'm hard-headed, so I learn everything the hard way. But and I have to do things 2, 3, 4 times because I don't get it the first time because I'm distracted, and I know that's got to resonate with some people because there's so many distractions out there, and I'm telling you, like, there's the ones that are obvious, and then there's the ones that aren't so obvious. And so the one that really jumped out to me that I want to talk about was just patience, man, patience. So I'm a really impatient person, man. I get something and I'm an Aries, man. I'm jumping on it, man. I'm like passionate about it, so I'm a nonstop, like there's no tomorrow. But there is a tomorrow, and there often is a tomorrow, and so I'm gonna slow down so I can enjoy this heaven on earth because I know the other one's gonna be there waiting. But yeah, man. I mean, slowing down, and because I indicated in the early videos, if you had seen them, that I was dealing with a lot of internal pressure. I mean, yeah, I walk around with a smile, I tell jokes and horse around a lot, but inside I was not a happy person. And the people close to me know that. They probably saw times where I was getting ready to snap off, and just fortunately I did it. And I talked about 2 particular incidents where I really, 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 really was about to go overboard, and it was road rage related. Both of them were road rage. One with my kids in the car, and I just can't go into the specifics on a lot of these because it's that embarrassing. I mean, I was that bad, and I was that dude. But the thing is, like, I started doing little things and just seeing such rewards in it. Like, I go to speed limit now. I just go to speed limit. I mean, I'm paying attention to the road. I'm listening to the music. I'm taking in the scenery. I mean, and you're just always, it just always felt right that way. Like I'm not in a hurry to get anywhere because I planned to be where I need to be when I need to be there. So I'm not wasting time. I'm not rushing out the door and forgetting something so I got to run back and get it again. I'm not, like missing something that I should have missed or caught. And because I'm talking, some of the things, these terms like serendipity, we all know serendipity, and you're like, oh, that was strange. I wonder what that was about. I'm talking about synchronicity. And I feel like timing is really important for that. because, time and place, man, you can't control that. But I mean, you can control your variables that are under your control, but that's something that you don't control. And so the more you try to do that, the less likely you are to reap the benefits or see the signs or the appropriate signs that you, and God darn, they're everywhere. I mean, like I'm a big believer now in that whole, the universe will give you what you need. And it does. It's been delivering. I mean, I can't even tell you how often it's been delivering. And so rather than doing all the work myself, I'm just letting it deliver. And it's been hitting. It's been like, today was by far the most rewarding day I've had. And I didn't do much. It was just like things were efficient because I slowed down. And so like I was having a lot of, incidents or like highs and highs where I was able to slow down and enjoy and appreciate. But this was much different because it wasn't like I was enjoying and appreciating, but I was actually getting things done. It wasn't like those days that I recall where, I busted my ass. I was working all day, and then at the end of the day, I'm going home and I'm like, I don't feel like I got a damn thing done. What did I do today? And I feel like you're just putting out fires, or just chasing your tail, and your tail gets shorter and you're still chasing it. And I didn't feel like that at all today. And I feel like everything just lined up perfectly because all I did was plan. And it just worked out nicely. And so I'm going to continue to run with that because I think patience is absolutely key in all this, because there's all these external pressures and stressors, arbitrary deadlines, and all these things that people are pushing on you. And it stresses you the heck out, man. I'm trying not to curse, but anyway, it stresses you out. It was really stressing me out because I tell you what, man, you give me a deadline, and if I meet that deadline, and then I find out later that it was an arbitrary deadline or due to your anxieties or something like that, I might come through next time, but I'm not going to do it again after that. And then you might have needed it then, and now it just caused you stress. And so that was my point. Like, I was like, if you tell me you need something and you say I need it by this day and I have to have it, I will absolutely 100% deliver. But too many times I was finding where people were like, no, I need that by the end of the day. And then you're like, you get it done. And then they're like, oh yeah, well, I mean, it's not due till Friday, and it's like Tuesday. And that's the thing, man. Like, no, I can't do that no more. So now, I mean, shoot, I got a million questions before you get anything out of me, because, and I'm okay with that. I'll take the punishments, repercussions, whatever, because what's important to you isn't necessarily important to me. And I'm tired of putting other people in front of my needs, and not tired in the sense that if I know, like, I love giving. I absolutely adore giving, but not at the expense of me. I feel taken advantage of, and then I'm less likely to do it later, or I'm less likely to meet the needs that you actually had. So again, going back to trying to get my health right and making sure that I'm prepared when somebody needs something from me. And I'm talking about, like, I have time now when somebody wants to talk to me and tell me a story or something, or I say, hey, how was your day? I can sit back and actually care about what their day was. Or if somebody hits me with that whole, yeah, my day's okay. I'm like, nah, no, that's not gonna float, my dude. You gotta, what was good about your day? What did you do this weekend? I'm like, what did you do for yourself? And oftentimes, man, you'll hear that people just are existing, binging on the TV, or I was out at the club all night, slept till noon. And I'm not saying any of those things are wrong. I'm saying make it deliberate, make it meaningful when you do it, make it purposeful. It just means so much more when you do that. I mean, rather than channel surfing all day or just showing up to the club because everybody else said it's the night to go. If you didn't feel like going, kick back and relax, man. I mean, it's just those kind of things are starting, my eyes are wide open to, and I guarantee you, if you look at your life and plot it out, like if you sat there and looked at your habits, your daily habits, and gave them like pluses, minuses, neutrals, I guarantee you're gonna find that you're wasting a lot of time. And if you're wasting time, then you're not appreciating the things you should appreciate. And it's been abundantly clear to me, abundantly clear. And I'm reaping the rewards of freeing up some of my time. So, and with that in mind, I'm going to free up some of your time, and I'm going to go ahead and get ready to close this video. I do want to give a big shout out to my little brother, because I thought it was cool, man. He hit me with a Apple playlist, and one of the songs on there was Bobby McFerrin, "Don't Worry, Be Happy." And I know you're laughing at me, but yo, it's that simple. It's that easy. Don't worry, be happy. Because, you know, in our lives, no, I'm not going to say in our lives, we have trouble. But when you worry, you make it double. And how true is that, right? I mean, the worry doesn't do anything for you. But when you're happy, it's doing a lot for you. You're putting that energy out there. You're putting that positive flow into the air. And people are more likely to help you. If you're frowning and pissed or you got this nasty expression on your face, man, people aren't happy to help you. But when you're smiling, I mean, it's hard to not smile back, man. It just really is. And so that's kind of what I've been going with. And dude, I'm in a good place. And I'm so optimistic about everything that I got lined up in the future. And again, I felt deceitful in the way I was coming off a lot because I'm talking about all this happiness, but I wasn't necessarily talking about some of the lows. And a lot of the lows, I think, were like, you know, it was on me. It was on me. The things that I couldn't control, I wasn't controlling. And so I'm going to work on that. But definitely the stuff I was telling you about, the highs, the happiness, man, that's all real. In fact, I do not want to see that other kind of happiness that I thought I had before. I mean, to me, that was misery. It was absolute misery. I was locked in a cage, and now that I'm out, I'm not going back. There's no way I'm going back, man, because there's so much to love out there. I appreciate so much. I see so much potential, and it's just sad because I see a lot of people that are just like, you know, they're existing. And I mean, I want to shake them, but and say something, but I think that I'm gonna say less and do more, and that's kind of the way I'm going. And so hopefully you guys will understand what I mean by that. But again, one life, one love, one king, and you can interpret that any way you need to. I'm sure it's open for interpretation. But anyway, be easy, people. Hope everybody's good.